Hi, hello. I thought I'd start off the interesting stuff with the 922 date and also tying into 923 plutonium. 923 is plutonium, remember. The atomic number for the isotope that is the fissile, the one that they use to make the explosive devices, the nuclear weapons. So 923 is super duper important with the reference back to Pluto, the reference to plutonium, and obviously in Back to the Future, that is key part of the story, the plutonium, okay? So already we have a little reference to 923, okay? The day before, obviously with the Hoover Dam, we're looking at the switchover from 922 sometime in the midnight hour, a collapse of the Hoover Dam, and then the release of man, the birth of man out of the Matrix to be reborn on 923. Okay, born in the USA, as we'll discuss. we'll discuss Bruce Springsteen in another video. But again, born in the USA, Bruce Springsteen's birthday is 923, okay? And we're going to go, actually, I might just go through all the bloody stuff now rather than split it into little videos. So we're going to be looking at both of these dates because we're talking about the midnight hour. Anyway, something else that was interesting that I noticed with one of the number jumps was if you go from the Hoover Dam's federal birthday, this was the exchange over to federal control, I guess, was the 1st of March 1936. Okay, when you look at that date and come through to 9/22/2024, okay, our special date, that is a total of 88 years and 205 days. Now, if you know the start of Back to the Future, the clocks are all set wrong, okay, and Marty is late for school. He's late. Okay. The clocks all appear to be at 8 o'clock, but it's actually 8:25. Okay, so we have this big reference to 8:25. Now, if you look at these numbers here, it is not difficult to pick 8:25 out of these numbers. Like you do the ACE rule with the 88, where you can just reduce that down to a single digit 8, like you would reduce the number 11 with an ACE down to the number 1. And obviously just excluding that 0 in the middle of 205 there gives us our 8:25. And sure enough, Marty is late. Okay, because our completion, our Pluto cycle of 248 years, or if we flip that around and do 8,402 days inclusive from the start date of 9/11/2001 through to this year's 2001, this year's 9/11, okay, it is 8,402 days, okay, again with this completion of the Pluto cycle, okay, and 11 days late, okay. Marty is late. And we've got this reference to the Hoover Dam and the 88 and 8:25. Okay. Again, yeah, you're going to see some serious SHIT when this baby hits 88. Okay, we're already at 88 years old on the Hoover Dam. Okay, so this is very fascinating, and in fact, within the next few days, when we get to the 30th of September, which is the completion date for the Hoover Dam, the proper birthday, we're going to be flipping over to 89 years old, which, tying back in with Back to the Future with seeing some serious SHIT, when this baby hits 88, maybe that is, indicating that we're going to see something before the 30th of September. And there are still, even though I'm looking at this date right here, 9/22, there are 3 or 4 other interesting dates before the 30th of September, believe it or not. The 29th is an interesting one, the 26th. I'm trying to think. Anyway, let's not get sidetracked too much right now. So that was another thing with Back to the Future. Another thing with Back to the Future, and this same set of dates, the 22/23, 9/22/23. When Marty makes his leap, yeah, when he makes his leap home, he's going home at this point, catching the bolt of lightning. Okay, I want to say lightning as well is lightning is when your water breaks. I'm not sure if that's the right word. It's something like that anyway. Okay, the idea of giving birth and lightning and lightning. Huh. Anyway, so this idea of being reborn right here, the Atomic Kid. Okay, if you've seen the film starring Mickey Rooney, it's a cute film. Okay, the Atomic Kid, and I think it's set somewhere out near, where they used to test the atom bomb. So it would have been set somewhere out near the Hoover Dam, or something, Oh, look. They head to Las Vegas. Oh yeah, okay. So Las Vegas does show up in it. I've seen the film. It's actually, for an old film, it's not too bad. Anyway, Mickey Rooney. Let's get to the point. Mickey, yeah, Michael J. Fox. Mickey Rooney. Let's look at his birthday, the Atomic Kid, because he's the Atomic Kid in the film. Okay. 23rd of September. Unbelievable. 23rd of September. Holy cow. Okay, so Marty is making that leap back, and we have a reference to the 23rd of September. Yeah? 239, plutonium. Okay? The fissile isotope. Okay? What else did I want to say about Back to the Future? No, I'm going to leave it there. That's all I got right now on Back to the Future. I haven't even really looked at Back to the Future for this date yet. This is kind of just stuff that, I just off the top of my head. Oh yes, there's that and that and that. Okay, so that's all the Back to the Future stuff. Let's just go and look at some 229 birthdays and some 229, and I also wanted to look at people that also were died and born on the leap day, which is the 29th of February 229 again. Okay, so an important date to look at, and this is part of the reference. Oh, and before I get completely sidetracked, that last video I did on Madonna on the 13th, potentially croaking on the 13th, I forgot to say, and I thought about this afterwards, Tupac, yeah, died, I believe in Vegas on September the 13th, 1996, which was, okay, Friday the 13th again, okay, and, of course, I don't know if this is general knowledge, but at some point, supposedly, Madonna dated Tupac, so maybe that is the reference with the Madonna numbers tying into Friday the 13th. I maybe should have thought about that before I did that video with a predicted death on Friday the 13th. Yeah, maybe that's probably the reference right there with Tupac and Madonna and Friday the 13th and Vegas. Okay. There was something else I wanted to mention about. Oh, we've got coming up another interesting date for Madonna. Obviously, the 18th of September is a hot date for Madonna because it ties back in with Matthew Perry again with Friends, and it ties back in with the Chart of Lorraine. Okay, with the 187 going across to the 917 as well, which also kind of ties in with Madonna. So that's obviously another date as well, the 17th of September. So there's a whole bunch of dates for Madonna right now, but the 17th of September as well, that's Patrick Mahomes's birthday, if I'm remembering correctly, and obviously Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, his partner in crime. Obviously Travis Kelce with Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift has been, I think at some point she's been mentioned as being the next Madonna. So it's just interesting, this tie-in with, you know, the Kansas City Chiefs, obviously super important, and this connection back with the pop star, with the female pop star, with one half of the twin, Travis Kelce, and then Patrick Mahomes' birthday being on 9/17, and that also ties into the 918 as well in the Chart of Lorraine. And we've also got a date that I talked about a little while back as well, which was the 20th of September as well, which is the middle date between, there was a palindromic number between Billy Idol and Madonna. Okay, I can't quite remember it all, but those two palindromic numbers, the mid date between those two numbers for each individual was, I'm pretty sure it was the 20th of September. Okay, so that's another possibility, and also the 20th of September ties nicely in with these numbers that we're looking at with the 922, because of course the precursor to 922 is 29. Okay. Oh dear. Anyway, yeah, that's my bad on that one. I probably I knew that in the back of my mind, and I was like, I'm sure Tupac died on the 13th. I couldn't remember it exactly. I was like, I wonder if it was Friday the 13th. Went and checked it. Yes, it was. And I'm like, didn't Madonna date Tupac? Anyway, let's carry on with some of this other stuff. Okay, some of these dates. I wanted to show you this one. So this is people that died on 2/29. Okay, so this is interesting because with this thing with the monkeypox right now, and Davy Jones, okay, of the Monkees, dying and at the age of 66 as well, which is really interesting, with Route 66, which is I think it's got those numbers that tie in with this whole sequence, and with Pluto, and with the eclipse this year, which was it's 2,448 miles long. Okay, Route 66. Okay, so again, very interesting. Oh, another thing, just before I get off of Madonna, obviously several of her videos, 519 or 915 is referenced as well. So obviously the 15th as well is another bloody day for Madonna to look at as well, because there's a whole bunch of those numbers. And again, in the Chart of Lorraine, that set of numbers leads up to, or sort of kind of encodes back to 923 as well. Maybe I'll show that if something happens, how that ties into the Chart of Lorraine. But anyway, 519, reverse it, 915 is another date for Madonna. Anyway, last train to Clarksville. Yeah, again, Clark County, where Vegas is. Again, part of the Hoover Dam, I guess, is in Clark County. So interesting. Last train to Clarksville, with the train going over the last train going over into the ravine in Back to the Future into the Grand Canyon. Okay, Eastwood Ravine, or Shonash Ravine. Well, anyway. Oh, interestingly enough, as well, when they do their little model in Back to the Future, just I want to mention this because I think is it Carson City that is the sort of capital of Nevada? I think it is. Anyway, on the line, on their little train set that Doc has, I think it has something like the Carson Spur on there or something, which is, again, probably another reference back to Nevada and back to the Hoover Dam there. So just another little thing that, where'd you put it in a video? I don't know, but I just thought I'd mention it. Oh, and all the mention, also note that in there, the point of no return is the windmill. And Bloomin' Trump has been going on about windmills in his talks, amongst other things, and cats and dogs as well, which kind of reminds me of the end of Back to the Future as well. Talking about cats and dogs when Bill Murray makes. I think Bill Murray makes. Is it Bill Murray that makes the joke, or is it whatchamacallit, Ray? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, no, I'm jumping between actors and the character. Oh well. Anyway, this is interesting. Davy Jones as well is a nice reference back to the Locker, dying within the Matrix. Davy Jones's Locker with the Black Pearl there with Johnny Depp. But if you know David Bowie's name, David Jones, and he changed to Bowie supposedly because of Davy Jones, already had the name, kind of taken. And so then we have David Bowie, who is obviously David Bowie is David Bowman of 2001: A Space Odyssey, and so the connections go on. Okay, so that's a super duper interesting reference there. Anyway, what other dates have we got in here? This is on this day. What is this? Born on this day in. Let's get to the start of this so we can have a look. Actually, it'll be quicker to do this. What is this day? 22nd of September. Okay, Anne of Cleves. I don't know about that. I actually don't want to. I'm just going to whiz through. Michael Faraday was interesting. But anyway, let's not get sidetracked on that. You might need a Faraday cage to protect from the magnetic pulse weapon. Let's go down. Oh, John Brennan. I'll just mention John Brennan. That's a personal reference, not this character particularly, but just the name. With that whole thing going back and seeing my dad, he grew up with a close cousin, and I don't know if you'd call them. They were like brothers. Let's just put it that way. John Brennan, just again another little reference, personal reference. Martin Crowe. Let's go to the number 2 here because this is really where we want to be. I'm going to show you something in here which just caught my attention, and had I gone further on, I probably would have completely missed it. But this character here, Adam Lazarus, and I'm like, ooh, what an interesting name with the Lazarus, and a dam as well. And then he's in this band called Taking Back Sunday. And they seem to be a band that seems to do a lot of opening for other bigger bands. I never heard of the band itself, Taking Back Sunday, but what is interesting is that the 22nd, to this year is going to be on a Sunday, which is again interesting with the idea of the Sunday, the sun being born. Yeah, and Blue Monday. You know, the idea of the Holy Spirit returning. So again, Taking Back Sunday. Let me show you something though that's interesting about this. So I'm like, I'll go look at this guy because this name is so interesting. This is kind of rabbit hole stuff now. Let's see if I can find it. Taking Back Sunday. Here we go. So this band, right? And they've got they've got a couple of interesting songs. I'm not going to go through that. You know, I mean, you can do this for yourself. Make Damn Sure. There's a song. Check out the release date, March 14th. The pie numbers. You know. Anyway, let's look at the people that were in the band. Okay, because that's really what I wanted to show you. So the only two characters we can look up is this John Nolan and Adam Lazara, or however you say that. Look at his, well, we already know his birthday is 9/22. Okay. Now let's look at the other chap. Okay, that's what was interesting. John Nolan. Okay, 2/24. So we've got Adam with, oh, and he's got the Thomas in the middle there as well. But we've got Adam with the 9/22, and then this guy is 2/24. Okay, that's our numbers right there. Okay, so what are the chances that these two characters are in a band, Taking Back Sunday, the name Adam bloody Lazara, and this guy as well, having this birthday? It's just, what are the chances? I mean, like, you know, say it, you just can't write it. Anyway, had I been clicking through this pretty quickly, I would have completely skipped that and gone straight to Billie Piper. Okay, so another 9/22, right? I didn't know she was from Swindon, actually. Kind of interesting, but again, we can go and look at some of her pop songs. I think she's got some interesting dates in there, but more importantly, she stars in Doctor Who. Okay, you've seen some of my old videos discussing the idea of like the Hoover Dam and Doctor Who. Okay, the connection with the name, the connection with the Daleks. If you ever looked at the two inlet towers, or the four inlet towers to be precise, actually, at the Hoover Dam, yeah, the two on each side. Again, the 2/2 that is at the Hoover Dam, which is an 11/11, but a 2/2 as well. So we have that 2/2 at the Hoover Dam, and those inlet towers, there is a sense of them looking a little bit like Daleks. Okay, and then the Dalek has the, you know, the kind of the it looks like an electrical insulator, you know, the type you have on the transmission lines. Okay, the high voltage insulators like we have at the Hoover Dam, and then also the bloody plunger on that thing, like is what we need for the plumbing, the plunger for the toilet that's clogged. Okay, that's got to be flushed. I mean, the connection with Doctor Who is just, I mean, it's just mental. Okay, and then we have it's David. I think it's David Tennant that she's. I'm not 100% actually. She might have been with a couple. I'm, to be quite honest, I haven't watched Doctor Who for many, 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 many years. Many years. So all of this stuff with Billie Piper, obviously the name Billie Piper as well, with the pipe work and the idea of paying the piper, and the Billy, the bill, the dollar bill. again, I think one of the doctors anyway that she's with is the David Tennant character, and David Tennant obviously is kind of interesting with the 1010 reference, which again is another option for a date for the Hoover Dam, because on the $10 bill you can also do the fold for the Hoover Dam, and of course that goes through the 1010 point, which could also be the double cross XX. Who the hell knows the correct way to interpret this stuff until after the event. But 1010 is again tenet and tenant, very similar. And what else I was going to say about him? I believe his original name, he was a MacDonald originally, which is kind of interesting as well, with the Scottish connection with Donald Trump, McDonald's, so forth and so on. Anyway, that was interesting. That was very interesting, actually. Was there anything else on those guys? No. And you know what I haven't done? Something in Star Wars there, wasn't there? Oh, I don't know. Oh, well, I don't really want to just sit here and... There's probably a load of other bloody interesting stuff in there anyway. Did we want to do deaths? I haven't done deaths yet. Let's just flick through it really. Olaf. Yeah. Olaf. Oh dear. Frozen 2. Remember, the dam gets blown in Frozen 2. Oh jeez. No, 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 no. Belly's rumbling. I don't know if this was a good idea going through this. Oh, great Scott. George C. Scott. Doctor Strangelove. Okay. That's kind of significant. Okay. Yeah, that is kind of significant. Okay. Well, do I even need to explain Doctor Strangelove and the CRM 114, which screws everything up? And yeah, I'm not even gonna. We won't even go there. So that was interesting, but that is interesting with him in that. Okay. Gosh, what else do I want to? Let's go back and let's look at. Hang on a minute. That's pretty significant. Let's look at birthdays again, and let's go to the 23rd. Okay. Okay. Oh, I'm not doing these old geezers. Oh, Augustus Caesar. Oh my goodness. Kublai Khan. Yeah, we've talked about them in a long time ago in other videos. For the 23rd of September. I'll tell you straight now, I didn't really want to put this out there, but my birthday is the 23rd of September. If you haven't already guessed that from all my other videos, where I kind of I've hinted at it a couple of times with some of the numbers that have come up, and I usually say there's got a very close connection to me. But yeah, so my birthday is also the 23rd, which is fairly interesting, I think. Typhoid Mary, oh my goodness. That's kind of that's kind of interesting, with the idea of the blocked up plumbing at the Hoover Dam with Mary. I don't know. Interesting. I don't know. Walter Lippmann. The man from the lips, Walter Lippmann. Water. Oh dear. There's Mickey Rooney. Okay. Ray Charles. Okay. I don't know. There's probably something in there. We could probably get some nice cross references. And I'm really going through this quick here. Bruce Springsteen. Okay, born in the USA. This idea of being born, 922 through to 923. Super duper interesting. Oh look, 1949 as well. What else? Who else is in here? I think there was another somebody interesting. Hang on a minute. Of course, I'm probably flipping through some people that are probably important. No, that's it. Nothing. I don't know this guy. That's probably it. Let's leave that there. So I think I think I've pretty much covered everything for the birthdays and everything. Again, let me just remind you. Oh, I'll tell you another interesting thing. Taking Back Sunday has this the one. I should probably watch this. Some of the videos are interesting, but there is one that is a takeoff of Fight Club, which of course is super duper heavily loaded with the reference to 9/11, and I believe it does have Hoover Dam reference in it as well. But all that being said, there's David Tennant. Now, let's just go to him real quick. Oh yeah, 184. So again, 184, or those numbers, all to do with Pluto as well. It's actually 148. There's the days difference in the cycles between an Earth year and a Pluto. I don't know, realigning. Anyway, McDonald. Okay, and this Scotland. Oh look, and he does the voice for Scrooge McDuck. Yes. Donald Duck. Ah dear, another connection back with Mr. Scrooge himself, probably Donald Trump. Okay. Oh, let me show you this as well while we're here. Okay, so this is the scene in Friends where Estelle dies or has died, and actually I don't want this bit. I want to come on a bit to the end of it. Here it is. This is the bit I want to show you. This is where they're like the ceremony. Can you just see? Like, this is a picture of Estelle. She does. It looks a lot like Madonna. And again, can you just see this? This is like the Hoover logo, the Hoover company, vacuum company, sweeper, with this sort of. It's not really a round ring with the slash across it, but you get that idea from it. I just thought it was interesting, I just thought it was interesting, Also, you could count up candles here as well, with the 7 candles here, and then 1 candle sitting by itself here, and then 3 candles there. 713 connection again. Yeah. So, as explained in the other video with Donald Trump and her birthday numbers and all the rest of it. So, yeah, I just wanted to show you that. So that was kind of interesting. Now I've kind of lost track of what I was doing now. I was going to show you. I just wanted to remind everybody, which now I don't think's up here. Oh, let me show you this as well with Madonna. Drowned World. Okay. Substitute for Love. I want to say it's one of these videos where she does it may be the preceding video where she's doing the paparazzi. I think it might be Ray of Light. Anyway, check out the 5/9 again, tying back with the Friday the 13th, the 8/24, the 2/48, again tying back with the completion of the Pluto cycle. Ray of Light. Let's go to it, because I think I'm gonna say it was. Oh dang, I can't remember. Cool. Well, anyway, one of these videos, she is doing a Gosh, look, there's the Frozen. um, she is doing a sort of, they're doing the paparazzi end up killing her in the video, so to speak. They kind of mimic that thing. Okay, The Power of Goodbye, 9:22. Okay, so we're just going on in chronological order here. Drowned World and then The Power of Goodbye, and we've got 9:22, and maybe it was this one, The Power of Goodbye, that she's doing the. Gosh, I can't remember. Anyway, it's one of them. They're doing the music video. Oh no, this is the one where she's playing chess. Oh, yeah. Anyway, don't matter. It's one of those 3 videos. I'm sure of it is the. Anyway, let's leave it there. That's Madonna stuff. Did I have any more? I had another nice number jump, but I cannot, for the life of me, remember what it was off the top of my head. I want to say it was. Oh, this is painful when I have to start thinking. Let's go back to the 30th. Let's go back to. Hang on a minute. The Hoover Dam's birthday. We'll jump back in time to 1935, and then we want to jump forward, yes, to 922. And this number, now I can't remember though why it was significant. This number shows up somewhere. Oh, it's 88 years, 358. Again, 358. Let me show you something. Oh gosh, we're still on this one. 325. Where was that? Anyway, 358. We've got Fibonacci here. I'll show you. Where is 3? There it is. Okay, so remember 9. It goes 9, 11, and then there's our 358. Okay, so 358 is super duper important in Fibonacci. And then, gosh darn it, now I really, let me go to, I can't remember where that was now. Actually, you know where that might be? That might be in those, remember I was saying in that last video about the 3 cycles when you overlap them. Hang on a minute. Oh dear, oh dear. I think that might be one of the numbers that overlapped with, hang on a minute. I will just tell you as well, if you recall that last video where I was talking about those 3, you make the triangle with the 3 cycles, the Holy Trinity. Another one of those numbers that hits on one of those points of the triangle at the center of that thing, like 911 is on one of those points. 821 is on one of those points, okay, which is super significant. What was the other number that was on one of those points? 826 is on one of those points as well, and 137 is on one of those points. Donald's ear wound, and again, it's difficult for me to explain this without actually having the chart in front of you guys so you can see it, but 923 is one of those numbers as well that kind of sits within the context of that stuff. It's not on one of those points by itself, but it does tie into those points, sort of. Yeah, that's the easiest way to describe it. It just ties into one of those points. I'm just looking on here to see, and there's other numbers like 123 and 237, room 237, that ties into those points. But it's not on here either. Where the hell did I see? Maybe it was just here, actually. What was that number? Was it? Hang on a minute. Was it? No, it was the other way around. Hang on a minute. This is the problem. 325. It's not. No, I don't think it was. It wasn't this one. That's not the right way around. That's kind of annoying that I can't remember where I saw that. That wasn't in here either. Do notice though that in actual proper, this is actual proper numbers of the actual number pi, the transcendental number. 239 is in there, okay, along with the, you know, when we put phi underneath there, sort of cross-referencing back in with that. This is what, you know, again, another reason why I like Madonna on the 23rd of September as well. It's kind of just interesting the way all this stuff ties together. Oh, that's going to really annoy me. I've already, that was 32. What was it again? 325523. Yeah, that is really going to annoy me. That's all round the wrong way. I definitely had seen it somewhere though. Anyway, 325523. I can't remember. Anyway, there was something significant about it. I can't remember what it was though off the top of my head. 325. That wasn't when we had the. That wasn't the. Was that the 25th of March? The bridge thing? Maybe that was. I can't remember. Okay, well anyway, I've had enough. I'm so tired, and this is just whiffle waffle now. Yeah, maybe that was the. Was that the bridge? Was that the 20? Was that the 25th of March? The bridge thing? I'm not looking it up. The bridge thing. The bridge, the key bridge. Okay, done. That's the end of the video. What I was actually trying to get to was to show you again the start and the end of Friends, but I seem to have got rid of that tab. Okay, but Friends again was first show. The first episode was what was the first episode? It was the 22nd of September 94. Okay. Yeah. And then the last episode was in 2004 on the 6th of May, if I'm recalling correctly. And again, we had that tie-in with the 6th of May. May the 6th. Okay, with the 239. Okay. 239 days left in the year. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there because now I'm just whiffly waffling and I'm all over the place, and I'll probably remember where I saw that number as well. Maybe it was the key bridge. I can't remember now. I'm sure I saw it somewhere else in one of these something. Anyway, if I get a chance, I'll make the triple crown, I guess you could call it, the triple crown chart, which is the 3 cycles, the 3 circles that all come together, and you get kind of, there's some interesting stuff in it. Anyway, alright, thanks for watching, and I guess what I'll do is, yeah, I'll think about maybe doing that other thing. I'm not doing it tonight though. Oh my goodness, it's 1:28. Bloody hell. Alright, talk to you later. Alright, cheers, bye.